Kirk Cameron's religious story hour has been shot down by public libraries. Growing pains. Public library says they're not interested. Actor and Christian activist Kirk Cameron is claiming that more than 50 public libraries have rejected his applications to hold a story hour to promote his new faith-based children's book, accusing them of indulging the woke left. I can go ahead and tell you what seems wrong with this is they don't want to do free promotion for you. To promote your book? No, you got to pay for that. You don't get to just go like, drag queens are just going and reading to children in order to educate them. They're not going to promote their book. No, I would say libraries charge people to do that. So yeah, that's why you got rejected. The Growing Pains star says he hasn't been given a story hour slot in public libraries, claiming that his publisher, Brave Books, has been told the messaging of his faith-based book, As You Grow, does not align with the LGBTQ welcoming institutions. I doubt that. I'd say it's more over like you're promoting your book. You're trying to do publicity tour. Go to Barnes & Noble and pay for that. Dozens of public libraries in the U.S. have reportedly rejected or not responded to his publisher's request for the former child star to hold an event. We are a very queer-friendly library. Our messaging does not align. One library worker from Rochambeau Public Library in Providence, Rhode Island. I know that person did not say that because Rhode Island is not real, and you're never going to convince me it is. That is a fake state. It is a fictitious state that only exists on Family Guy. I see the chromosome conversation going on. Like, that's one of the things that I always point out to idiot-ass right-wingers. God, I was so close. I was so close. There are at least 7 different combinations of the XY chromosomes, and some geneticists have said there are as many as like 22. So it's not just XX and XY. This is your fault, Warlord. That is something that I always point out to these idiot right-wingers. Smash says ass is not a cuss word. How did I use it? I think I used it in the because like you can use it in one way on TV but not in the other way. Like, I made an ass of myself is not a cuss word. But I got fucked in the ass. That is. Oh. Fox reported that the publisher was told by the library official, you can fill out the form to reserve space to run the program in our space, but we won't run your program. Another branch, City Heights Weingart Branch Library in San Diego, California, told them they didn't think that's something they would do, citing the diverse community as their reason. I don't know how many people you would get, the individual reportedly said. Brave Books took umbrage with the library's responses, noting that some have hosted LGBTQ plus story times with drag queens in the past and wondering why they were being rejected. They told you why you're being rejected. So now this is the newest right-wing grift, just writing a children's book. Matt Walsh started a trend.
JustinFREAKIN, a formidable voice in the culture.
That's where that clip comes from, too. Him saying that about me, that comes from me making fun of his children's book. Also, a very uneventful segment. The book was so painfully boring that I looked back on that segment, which got a lot of views because of Matt Walsh. I look back on that segment, I'm like, wow, that's the one that has to go viral, because like I didn't have any good jokes because there was no good material to joke about. But thankfully, Matt Walsh did play like the 2 clips from it where I thought I made some funny jokes. So thank you for that, Matt. Thank you for that. Let's move to Richmond, where a Christian group has been denied service at a restaurant. Oh, you hate to see it.
Right now at 5:30, a canceled reservation at a Richmond restaurant leads to debate over cancel culture. The Family Foundation of Virginia says it was denied service at Metzger Bar and Butchery, all over political views.
The faith-based group says that the move goes too far and is discriminatory, but the restaurant argues.
Wait, the Family Foundation wanted to go to a bar? Doesn't sound very family to me.
It's only protecting its staff.
AJ Nwoko has this story for you.
Actually, very surprised to find out that a restaurant wouldn't serve our organization.
It's the dinner reservation at the Metzger Bar and Butchery that got chopped.
So it was a reserve several weeks in advance. We didn't have any problems leading.
That got chopped. I'm usually really critical of local news puns, but that one was pretty good. I'll give that one props.
It's the dinner reservation at the Metzger Bar and Butchery that got chopped.
So it was a reserve several weeks in advance. We didn't have any problems leading up to it, but an hour and a half before, we were told you're not welcome here.
That's Victoria Cobb with the Family Foundation of Virginia.
Certainly involved in many controversial political public policy issues for the flourishing of families.
And it's because of conservative-leaning viewpoints that the restaurant nixed the foundation's reservations, saying in part that the Family Foundation seeks to deprive women and those in the LGBT community of basic human rights, and that they refuse to seat anyone who makes them feel uncomfortable or unsafe.
It's amazing that the restaurant can put out a statement that is cloaked in all these words about welcoming and tolerance, and their actions be so intolerant and bigoted towards another group of people.
Do you not know what this is in response to? Exactly. If you don't have to bake a cake for a gay wedding, you don't have to serve some group. Apparently, it's the Family Foundation. It wasn't just like she was there with her family. It's specifically the Family Foundation, a political group that they denied. Sounds perfectly legitimate to me.
It's disturbing.
But equality.
It is disturbing, ma'am. Now you get what we've been talking about this whole time, that you shouldn't be able to discriminate against people. But that's what you Christians want. You hypocrites.
Restaurants' actions were justified.
A majority of their staff are women or people who are part of the LGBTQ community, and so I can understand their, decision to want to support and protect their staff.
We don't want to compel people to speak messages they don't agree with, but we absolutely believe, and we'd like to see charity in all of.
But you want to compel a restaurant to serve people they don't feel comfortable serving. Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see how you are a hypocrite?
Tell people to speak messages they don't agree with, but we absolutely believe, and we'd like to see charity in all of our businesses in Richmond that do things like basic food service.
Equality Virginia says there's nothing stopping the Family Foundation from going to another restaurant.
The outpouring of love Metzger has received over the past few days sends a message, across Virginia that equality is good for business.
The Family Foundation was able to find another dinner reservation. Now, while it is important to note that there are laws on the books which prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation, there are no laws in Virginia that prohibit the denial of services based on political views. That'll do it for now. Here in Richmond, on your side, AJ Nwoko, NBC 12.
All right.
But they're going to say it was their religious views. They're going to say, well, it's not a political thing. It's a religious thing. It's a religious thing. My religious liberty has been curtailed. Shut the fuck. Oh my God. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.